Well, good day, folks. Today we're going to have a look at a draw knife. Now, I've been doing a lot more woodworking lately, not cabinetry kind of woodworking, but making axe handles, things like that. And I've got a moderate sized draw knife, and it's a little cumbersome for some of the more detailed work, so I thought I'd try a smaller one. So I ordered this one off of Amazon, and it is by BeaverCraft, Ukrainian company. It's here. Check out 150 free tutorials. So if you go to their site, they have a lot of wood carving tools. They do have some knives, like some camp knives, bushcraft style knives, daily carry knives. But most of their inventory, mostly what they deal in, is carving knives. So little small knives for carving spoons or figures or whatever. But they did have some draw knives. I thought I'd give one a try. This is the box it came in. We have some care instructions. And some band-aids. Always good to send with sharp stuff. Our own brand of band-aid. Alright, so to start with, we have a nice leather scabbard for it, or cover. Snaps. That BeaverCraft. Reasonably thick. It's not like a knife sheath, so it doesn't have to be super thick. It's just covering that blade to protect it and for safety. It has an ample amount of saran wrap, plastic wrap. I'm sure that sounded horrible. I'm not crazy about this new mic I have. Picks up a lot of high-end unpleasant sounds. Then we have a BeaverCraft stamp. Basic wooden handles. A wobble seems secure. Lightest little bit of flex to the blade. Feels pretty sharp. That's just a small draw knife. It's got a cutting edge of about 4 1/3 inches. 4 3/4. The length of the blade. A 4 1/4 inch handle. Not contoured, but you really don't need them to be contoured. You're going to take more of a grip like this typically when you're using them. So I'll have to treat the handles. They appear to be untreated. So we'll put some linseed oil to those and some beeswax after that. Let's set something up and see how it works. Okay, I just stuck a little piece of moose maple here in the vise. See how this works out. Say pretty good. I think we're going to give it a sharpen though and try again. a little bit better. Okay, so I just kind of smoked the handles a little bit, give them a little character, and put them over some heat in a fire just to open up the pores a bit. We're just going to use some linseed oil. That will hopefully bring out the grain a little bit and also offer some protection and longevity to the handles. And probably take a few coats. I'll just do one for now. See how that starts to bring the grain out. Try to make sure to get it in the ends, because that's where your moisture will soak up and attack the most. And there's one side done, the other side by comparison. Now it took a minute just to warm the leather up over the top of the heater, just again to open up the pores a bit, so we'll accept the oil better. This is going to darken your leather up. But this isn't leather for like a cosmetic purpose. It's not like it's a leather jacket or leather boots or something. So we're not concerned about whether it darkens up or not. Probably actually look a little better, a little darker. Always a good idea when you get a new tool, before you even use it, start the maintenance. Particularly if it's made out of natural materials. Because we've become very much a disposable society, but a tool like this doesn't need to be a use and throw away. I mean, you don't throw a knife away just because it gets dull, you sharpen it. So you want your tools, unless you want to go spend more money than you need to, you want your tools to last. And that just means taking a little time to do some preventative maintenance, and then maintenance over time. Use it, clean it, store it properly. Treat your leather, treat your wood, depending on your steel, treat your steel. And those tools will last much longer. Doesn't have to be a disposable society. You don't need the next best thing. Heck, I'm filming on a Samsung 7 phone, and they're probably up to 20 somewhere. It still works. The new ones aren't going to do anything more significant for me than this one does. Maybe the camera's got a few extra pixels or something like that, but this film's perfectly fine for what I want to use it for. And this draw knife should work perfectly fine for what I want to use it for. And if I take care of it, it will work perfectly fine for me for a long time. And then I can spend my money on other things I like. Or maybe a new knife or something. There we go. We'll let that soak in and dry. And then maybe we'll put a little bit of beeswax on it. A little beeswax to seal it up. Keep moisture out. And it will also serve to protect snaps and rivets as well. And there we go. You see the linseed oil has really brought the grain out in the wood, along with some nicer color. Now I've treated my wood, treated my leather. I can treat my blade with some oil. When I store it, clean it, and treat it, and this thing should serve me well for a good long time. You don't have to throw everything away just because it's not as perfect as it used to be. Anyway, folks, I think that's going to be a good draw knife. Small, you're not going to do big projects with it. It's going to be basically for small woodworking projects, like shaping axe handles and whatnot. I think it'll do well, just as well as the larger one and a little more convenient to use. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. If you're into that kind of woodworking, maybe check one of these out. I think they've got a slightly more expensive version with some contoured handles, but I didn't see any need for that. That feels good in my hand right there. I knew the way I'd be using it, so. Anyway, BeaverCraft draw knife. I think it's going to work out well. And I've taken the time to look after it, and will continue to take the time to look after it, just like I do with all my tools. And it should serve me a good long time. Anyway, folks, have a great day, and catch you on the next one. Take care.